My name is Amanda Birch, and I work for the Advisement and Financial Aid Department at Goldey-Beacom College. Advising is pretty much the place you go to schedule classes, talk about financial aid. You can drop classes, add classes, pretty much everything like that. So you can find academic policies on our website, gbc.edu, under academics. It's in the gold ribbon, and then you'll just hover over that, then you'll get a drop down, and then you can segment it out. I think it's listed as majors and minors, and then our academic policies. So once you click that, it goes into extreme detail about our grading policy, standards of academic progress, attendance, how to request a transcript, and all of that. Okay, so you'll navigate to gbc.edu, and then in the upper right-hand corner, far upper right-hand corner, you'll see Campus Web and Webmail. So you can click on Campus Web, and then it'll ask for your ID and password. And then that's how you'll get into your Campus Web account, where you can see your unofficial transcript, your classes, course schedule, all of that. So attendance is extremely important. You're more likely to pass a class if you go all the time rather than having habitual tardiness and absences. It's very important that you let your advisor know if you can attend class. For instance, if you have a doctor's appointment or jury duty, something like that, just to send us an email, maybe CC your professor, or you could send it directly to your professor and then CC your advisor. It's better just to keep us all in the loop so that we can help you achieve greater. So through our website, gbc.edu, under the academic policies, you'll be able to find the specific policy. But essentially, if you have to drop a class, you'll want to come to your advisor or email us, so that way you're charged appropriately. It's important if you attend a class, for instance, and then you decide to drop, you'll be charged 20%. So just work with your advisor to make sure that you understand the policies fully. If you can't complete a class, first step would be to contact your advisor to go over this, but a brief overview would be we have W grades and incomplete grades. So if you want to complete the course but you just need some extra time, you could always work with your professor. The professor would be able to issue an I grade, and then you would work with the professor to set up parameters so that you could complete the course for credit. We also have W grades. Those are my favorite when I was in college. You don't want to take too many of W grades, but essentially, if you feel you're going to fail the course, we'd rather you request a W for withdrawal. That way it doesn't impact your GPA. That's better definitely on your transcript than an F grade would be. But definitely contact your advisor because there are certain implications if you have too many W grades. Sure, so GBC is here to help you in whatever way you need. If you need academic accommodations, you're going to want to reach out to Deb Harbaugh. She's our senior advisor and our student accommodation specialist in the advisement office. You'll need to meet with her to fill out some paperwork, and then you'll need to bring either a copy of your 504 plan or your IEP, so that way we can best determine how to help you in the classroom.
Hi, my name is Ryan Kwan. I work in the Financial Aid Advisement Office as one of our advisors and the Financial Aid Advisement Office coordinator at Goldey-Beacom. So advisement's pretty much where you come if you need help with anything in the classroom or with financial aid. So students register for classes when they first begin at the college through the admissions office. Admissions works with the student to come up with their first semester's course schedule based on the required courses for your major. After that, for your second semester, you would come down to the Financial Aid Advisement Office, and there's two main ways you can get scheduled. One is through Campus Web on the registration tab. It has your complete list of degree requirements, including required courses and electives that help you complete your degree. You can either select the courses yourself, and then your advisor would be prompted to approve it or review it and tell you it needs to be tweaked. Or if you wanted to, you could either come into the advisement office and meet with an advisor, or email us and ask for different options, or kind of let us explain what might work best for you, depending on if you're an athlete, if you're in the dorms if you're a commuter, or if you have a work schedule. So if a student wants to change their major, it basically first starts with declaring a major. When you first apply to the college, you would have selected a major, and admissions would work with you to start the scheduling process. If along the way, either in your first semester or your first year, your second year, you feel like that's not a good fit for you, you can always change your major with the advisement office, and we work with you to make sure that you didn't take classes that don't count towards the major you want to change to. If that happens, we would tell you you took X number of classes, and that if you didn't want to end up changing your major because you felt like you already took more of the classes towards your initial major, then you could obviously stay with your major. We also encourage you to work with career services your sophomore and junior year to kind of figure out what kind of career path you want, so you know that the major that you're in is your best fit. So first and foremost, your GPA is basically the result of the grades that you earned in all of your classes. Obviously, the better you do in your classes, the better your GPA would be. At the end of your time at the college, when you're about to graduate, we calculate where your GPA is, and you could graduate with honors. There's 3 different segments of honors, which look great on your resume, obviously, for employers. And then we also have an honor society called Alpha Chi, so if you achieve the top certain percentage of your class, then you can be inducted in the honor society. Again, that's really good on your resume. Your GPA also is tied in with how your scholarships get renewed, how your federal aid gets awarded. You have to have a certain minimum GPA for each scholarship that you're awarded. Typically, that's around a 3.0, which is about a B average. To stay in good standing at the college, you need at least a 2.0. And that also has an impact on athletics, living in the residence halls, and just you want to keep that in a good standing so that way everything's good. Also for car insurance, some car insurance companies give a discount, a good student discount. So if you have a certain GPA, you could also save money. So that's pretty much why it's important. There's also a standards of academics progress policy that's on the college catalog that details exactly what you need to do to stay in bare minimum standing with the college as far as federal aid purposes. So even though you apply for financial aid and you're awarded federal financial aid, you still have to keep a minimum GPA and earn credits. So that means passing your classes, not withdrawing from classes, not failing classes, and just achieving great in the classroom or achieving well in the classroom. So sometimes, for whatever reason, a student doesn't pass a class, there's basically 3 outcomes. One is if you didn't attend the class or you stopped attending in the class, we would post what's called a W grade, which stands for withdrawal. That just means it doesn't count against your GPA, but it also doesn't count towards degree progress. An X grade means that you unofficially walked away from the class, so that just means you stopped attending, you didn't tell anybody, and you just kind of left. That also doesn't count towards degree progress, but also doesn't impact your GPA, doesn't count towards earned credits. The last kind of option is an F grade. That means that you attended the entire class, but you just didn't pass it. That doesn't count against your doesn't count towards your earned credits. It does impact your GPA, so that obviously drops. What we do with circumstances like that is we encourage the student to repeat the class as soon as possible. So that means you're going to pay for the class again, and then once you pass it, the F grade comes out of your GPA. Everything's good because now you're staying on track for degree progress. Why you don't want to do that is because it's going to cost you more money, so you're going to pay for the class again, and it could mean taking an increased course load in a standard semester, so fall or spring, or enrolling in a summer class. So to stay on track for graduation in 4 years, you definitely don't want to fail too many classes or withdraw from many classes, because you're going to increase the cost to complete your degree, and it's also could delay your graduation or cause you to not graduate on time.